This weekend is going to be really exciting as we here on the Pendulum are heading to the third largest convention in North America, Fan Expo. We'll be live as we talk to your favorite comic book writers and artists, stars of film and television, your favorite wrestlers and reality stars in every panel, even if they conflict with each other. All this in a 6-hour interview with the man himself, Stan Lee. Garry, are you excited?
Why wasn't I invited?
I said we here on the Pendulum.
You and Rebecca are going? You're taking the griff?
I wish. Sadly,
We're
neither
poor.
of us are going. But it was a nice daydream.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It's only in 3 days hence.
I don't want to do the show now. I'm sad.
Yeah. But that could
Thanks,
be next year.
Thanks, everybody,
That
for
could
coming
be
out
next
to the
year.
Pendulum. We'll see you next week.
Show over.
I'm going to go cry and eat burgers.
Well, we can't bring you any of that. But we can give you some on-the-spot comic reviews. We got some game news. And a whole lot of other cool stuff. So stay tuned.
Now I want to go to Fan Expo.
Me too.
Damn it.
But
So much stuff there I'd buy, which wouldn't be good.
it is a pricey outing.
Yeah, I'd have a hard time justifying that type of trip.
Yeah.
I mean, we could get tickets to go, but I mean, the 2-day passes are the best way to do it, but they're all sold out, and I'm not staying in a cheap, dingy hotel in
If only I was a
Toronto.
master of identity theft. Not that I would steal anyone's identity, but I
You'd
would...
make up your own one, just to be fair.
Yeah, and then I would somehow...
Dirk McCool.
Not that I'm, what do you call it?
Villain?
No.
Thief?
Yes, not that I'm a thief,
Okay.
or,
Crook?
you know, approve of that behavior.
Endorse?
But I really want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, if I'm willing to commit a crime in order to get to a Comic-Con, it's not going to be Fan Expo.
No?
I'm going to San Diego.
Third largest one. Well, yeah, that's the largest
if
one.
I'm committing felonies in order to go to a show, it's going to be San Diego.
True.
Well, we got a year to plan.
There's New York. When's New York?
New York is in
September?
October.
October. So we got
Yeah.
2 months, possibly.
Yeah, I'd like
if you
to
want
to
to send us some money, we will give you our PayPal addresses.
If you think it's a good idea to kickstart a way to get Pendulum down to New York, let us know. Maybe we'll do it.
That's true. That's true.
We'll write up a budget. We'll get T-shirts made for people who support us.
That's right.
You took a swing on the Pendulum, maybe?
We will wear the T-shirts,
Yeah.
so you know who we are. If
Get
you
them
see
signed
us,
by people there, and then give them to our backers.
auction them off. Auction them off, yeah. Or whatever, yes. The highest... Whoever
Okay, that's your
donated
mission for the rest of the day. Build us a Kickstarter document.
All right. It's going to cost $10,000.
That's a little much.
But I want to buy stuff.
That's not really the point. You use your own money to buy stuff, and we're kickstarted down there
But it
to do what our
will
fans
be my
would like.
own money.
Clearly, you haven't read how Kickstarter actually works. It's not people giving you money because you
I
ask
know.
nicely.
I know. On a side note, if
Definitely.
you would like to give me some money personally, so I might buy stuff, and then I could tell you about it, feel free.
Geoff will come to your house and talk to you about the great time he had on your dime.
That's right.
That'll be the stretch goal.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
My time on your dime. That's my new slogan. Anywho's.
So this week, we're going to do a book that we haven't talked about on this show, which is good.
I like new books.
I know, it's not really a new book.
It's not a new book.
Yeah. Superior Spider-Man, number 16, by the great Dan Slott, and I'm really happy back on art for the last few
Humberto.
issues. Humberto Ramos. I love saying that name. Because you can't say it Humberto Ramos. You can't say it without some type of cool inflection. Humberto Ramos.
Like Zorro.
Exactly. You don't say Zorro, it's Zorro.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
Yeah. But, I don't think you and I have talked much about the Superior Spider-Man in general. This issue kind of winds down a bit of a story arc that's been going on, a little feud between the Superior Spider-Man and the new Hobgoblin. I don't want to do, again, we're not going to do too many spoilers on this show, But it's a nice little confrontation and conclusion to their kind of ongoing story arc. The Superior Spider-Man has been kind of ratcheting up his techniques lately. He now has his own little army of big mech robots and ground infantry troops to patrol the city. He can take over all the airwaves in New York, all the computer screens, cell phone cameras, and everything, and just kind of communicate with everybody. They tweaked his costume again a little bit.
I like the tweaks.
I like the new costume that he's running around in is really, really cool. I really like it because it does really separate him from the old Parker style because he's not the same Spider-Man. And the whole attitude that they've been playing up in the book is fantastic, and the art is spectacular. The only iffy bit is Claire Cooper, which has been one of my new favorite characters that's been created since Brand New Day kicked off. I think she was in Brand New Day.
Brand New Day.
She kind of takes on an Oracle role in this book a little, and I'm not too thrilled about it. So
everyone needs an Oracle, Garry.
Yeah, but I don't want her as an Oracle type character. She's already like a CSI for the New York City Police. She's a great character. She's been in the books now going on quite a while, and I just don't want to see her relegated to
I currently do not read that book.
You do not.
But I heard that the ghost of Peter Parker is floating around. Is that still going on?
Well, what had happened, for those who don't know, Spider-Man 700 saw the death of, quote-unquote, death of Doc Ock and Spider-Man. What happened, it was a Freaky Friday switch situation. Parker ended up in Ock's body and Ock in Parker's body. They thought it was going to be kind of, a couple issue kind of thing. Parker wins the day, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Ock's body gives out. It dies with Parker inside it. So
thanks for spoiling it.
It's been a year and a half, Geoff.
Yeah, I know.
And you know this already.
Yes, I do.
So it's been really cool. Everyone kind of immediately after that happens, the countdown clock. When's Parker coming back? But this is issue 16 of Superior Spider-Man, and they had a Parker ghost bit in the beginning, but that's been removed from the story now. There's as far as the story is concerned, and the reader is even told this, there is nothing left of Peter Parker. So there's no Parker ghost running around, there's no secondary dialogue inside, it's Doc Ock in Spider-Man's body.
Yeah. And
he's got all of Parker's memories and all of his experience, and he's trying the best to balance the fact that he's insane and evil, yet also feels this pull to do good and responsible things because of Parker. And the balance that Dan Slott has done in the book is great. He's still doing these evil big villain ideas, like he's taken over the Raft now. That's his base.
Oh, yeah.
Superheroes, especially single superheroes, don't tend to have bases all that much.
Batman.
That's
Superman. Flash.
Flash has no base.
I thought he had a base.
No, it's got a treadmill. Yeah, it's not his base. But especially one that's a giant prison in the middle of, like, a river. Yeah. Like, that's supervillain style. He's got his own army. He's got giant mechs and dudes that he's hired. So it screams bad guy. He's been bribing and blackmailing people. He's got the mayor, Jameson, wrapped around his finger. And it's just, he's doing these things that are shaded bad, but the end result has been good. So everyone loves Spider-Man now in New York.
All right. I have a question then.
Okay.
In times past, if you recall, Dr. Octopus used to date May Parker.
Yes.
Do you recall that?
Yep. And they were even going to be married.
Correct. So, even though Dr. Octopus is in Peter's body, are there any of those old feelings resurging?
No. I think Slott might have done a little bit of a gag on that back in the Amazing Spider-Man issues when the body switch first happened.
Yeah.
Parker was remembering things from Ock's life, and then he got to that. He's like, no.
Oh, yeah.
But, Ock's running around in Parker's body, so he's, like, able to hit on much more attractive women than Aunt May.
So no Aunt May romance. No. I must say that drops my interest a little bit.
Plus, she lives in Pittsburgh now with her husband, so...
Husband? Where did that happen?
Back in the Amazing Spider-Man series.
Man, I got a lot
Jonah's
of catching
dad.
up to do.
Jonah's dad.
Jonah's dad?
Yeah.
Jonah's like 70. How old can his dad be?
I don't know.
Wow.
I think Jonah's like 55 or something, so I think his dad's like 70.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I know we haven't really done too much Superior Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I have been enjoying Dan Slott's writing even during Brand New Day. I thought the gamble that they took doing this whole 3 issues a month thing.
Yeah. I think it paid off.
Yeah, putting all the classic guys on the shelf and just making up new ones. They weren't great villains. We've got an old villain from that kind of returning in this issue, so that's kind of nice. But Dan Slott I think he is one of my favorite Spider-Man writers. He is fantastic, and he's cranked out a lot of issues. Like, I started buying Spider-Man again regularly at 500 on Amazing Spider-Man. So I have 200 issues of Amazing Spider-Man plus 16 issues of Superior. Now, if you pan that out over a quote-unquote normal book run, that's like 15 years worth of books.
Got it in like 10.
I think it's been like 7 or 8. And now I know Slott didn't write all of them.
I sadly had to drop Spider-Man, if you recall.
Yeah.
Once Joey Q hopped on board, and they
the rock god Joey Q.
Yeah. I had to bring Mephisto in and do that little whisper. And
I bashed my head in the wall through the Joey Q days. Thankfully, Dan Slott on the other side has re-energized this character. He's made it fantastic for a new generation of readers and enjoyable for old fans. And however, you know Parker's coming back at some point, but the fact that we're nearly a year and a half into this, and there hasn't been, like, on the verge of him coming back too often, and, like, he's not trumpeting, oh, just give me a few more issues. No, this is sticking around for a while.
That's good.
So I'm hoping
So you definitely recommend this book.
Definitely recommend it. It's one of my staple books. I look forward to it every month.
How many Garys?
I'm giving it 4 out of 5 Garys.
That's pretty good.
It's fantastic.
That's pretty good.
I love the Superior Spider-Man. I love Dan Slott. Humberto Ramos is fantastic. Ryan Stegman is the other regular artist on the series. I think he's coming back in a few issues.
Yeah.
They've had some guest artists that have been great, and it's one of my most enjoyable books.
It's a good book.
Yeah.
Good book. All right.
What'd you read, Geoff?
Today I picked up a new book based purely upon the cover art. Had Baron Blood on the cover.
Yes,
and
Brother Blood.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Brother Blood. I don't know why I was thinking Baron Blood. That's
a
Marvel villain.
Because you love Baron Blood, but you hate Brother Blood.
I do like Baron Blood. No, sorry. Brother Blood was on the cover. Classic Teen Titans villain.
And he looks pretty good.
Yeah, he looks pretty awesome. And the book was Animal Man of all books.
Of all places for the debut of Brother Blood.
It did work, which was great because it ties in.
I haven't read the newest issue, but I read the previous issue where he made his debut, and I'm reading it. I'm like, yeah, I could see Brother Blood working in with Mr. Baker.
New 52. This was the very first issue of Animal Man I have read.
Previously, though, you were a big Animal Man fan.
Yeah, I didn't mind him. Yeah, I wasn't a big super fan of the Vertigo run.
Okay.
But, yeah. Anyways, I like them. The new book, as an introductory issue, so it was issue 23, not bad, actually. They did manage to get out everyone's names and kind of who they are within the first 2 pages, which was good. There's no recap page or anything like that, so...
Yeah, DC is dead set against recap pages.
Yeah, which, I don't mind. Which, it has to make you write better to introduce people. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So
I honestly, recap pages I don't mind. I really don't.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
So it was a good issue. Animal Man's fighting these other Animal Mans or men,
Animal
as we
Mens.
would call them. But I'm not sure why, because I didn't read the previous 22 issues, so that's kind of lost on me.
You don't need to read the previous 22 issues to get that. They made their kind of debut in the last issue or 2.
Well, still, that part is not really good as an introductory issue, but he's got his daughter in it, and
who is awesome.
I guess she's like Queen of the Red or something.
Yeah. Little Wing, I love her.
So I don't know how she's Queen of the Red because she's just a kid, but whatever. That wasn't really explained either, which is fine. I just take it as a fact.
Yeah.
So
because you're also shown it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sort of. And so it was not bad. I like the concept of the red, which is like the opposite of Swamp Thing's the green.
Yeah, it's like all the
Parliament of Trees,
the three
and all
pillars.
That. So now they have the Parliament of Limbs,
yeah.
which is it's a little disturbing to see the red.
The visuals in this book are horrendous. They're gory.
Oh, you mean the red? Yes.
Yeah. I don't mean horrendous. I don't mean horrendous in a bad way. I mean horrendous in a. There's like flesh.
It's a land of blood and flesh.
Yeah. Houses are made out of organs. There's farms that grow organs for all living things.
Very strange.
Yeah,
but I like it.
You will not get bored looking at this book.
Yeah, but I like it.
I've read all the issues, and the crossover with Swamp Thing was great. The red and the green, and yeah, I didn't. I'm the opposite of you. I didn't read that much Animal Man from the get go, but I've read all of them now.
Yeah,
and
the New 52.
Yeah,
stuff.
It's been one of my favorites. Jeff Lemire kills it on that book.
He's a good writer overall.
Yeah.
But, so, again, picked it up for Brother Blood. Fantastic in this book. Really liked what they did in the book. I'm not going to tell you, but pretty good. Still enjoy the fact that he hangs out in the Lake of Blood all the time. He's got all his followers and all that stuff. I really love that. It's the classic Brother Blood image. Worth picking up, I think, and I think I will continue to read it because it was very intriguing, actually. So,
I'd highly recommend going back and.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and I'm going to read the other issues.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be in trades or singles or whatever. I'm sure they'll be hard to find or easy to find.
Yeah.
So, or maybe even digitally. I'm not sure yet how I want to read them. I do like trades, though.
I think there's 2 trades of Animal Man.
I think so too. Yeah. So I will check it out. And I actually do recommend that other people check it out. For a New 52 book, it surprised me.
I think if once you go back and read them, I think this could possibly be your second ongoing New 52 book. If you,
I don't know.
I think you will love it.
We'll see.
I think you will love it.
We'll see. Currently, I only pick up Aquaman, by the way, if anyone recalls, and All-Star Western in trade paperback form.
Yes.
So, but that's it.
You will love Little Wing. You will love Socks. You will love all of the characters.
Socks the cat.
Yes.
Yes, I saw that.
Socks is amazing.
I did enjoy that, actually. Yeah. That was pretty cool. So, I give it 8 out of 9 Geoffs.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a weird scale. We love our scales. Oh, man.
So that was pretty cool. So...
Fantastic.
On
well,
another...
you checked out a book you hadn't read before.
Exactly. That's what we're all about, Garry.
Yeah.
We're just checking stuff out here and there. New and old.
Old and new.
As for old, that is my trade review today. I checked out something old. I think it came out circa 2001.
Oh, so old.
I know. It's ancient. But I read all 4 trade paperbacks, the complete, I believe, 28-issue series of Alias, which starred Jessica Jones, published by Marvel's Max line, which is their mature reader's imprint.
Is that still going?
Oh, yeah.
Or was the Fury one the last line?
I don't know. It's still going. Wolverine Max, Phantom X Max coming out.
Ooh, right. Remember? I forgot about that one.
All sorts of stuff coming out.
That'd be good.
So it was actually pretty phenomenal, I must say.
Even with the inclusion of your favorite character?
Even with, who I actually enjoyed.
What?
Yes, I'll get to that in a minute. So it's written by Bendis. Everyone knows Brian Michael Bendis. Writer of many books. This took place before his Avengers run. Just before, or just starting concurrently. I can't remember. I think it's just before. So we're introduced to Jessica Jones, a brand new character who he sort of retconned into being in the Marvel Universe for a while, although she clearly was not. And phenomenal. Like, great book. She's a detective. She deals with a lot of situations and all sorts of things. Solving this case, that case, whatever. She's dating and sleeping with Scott Lang, the second Ant-Man, which is awesome. He's pretty cool in that book, too. Carol Danvers is in it, who's Ms. Marvel, or Captain Marvel now. And Luke Cage. Yes, he is in that book as well. And I must say, I think that's where he belongs, is in the Max line.
Yeah.
Not in the Marvel Universe anymore. If you read this book, that's how Luke Cage should be. like a 70s tough talking, swearing, friggin'.
That's the thing that's always appealed to me about the Max line. It feels a bit more real.
Yeah, it's more authentic.
Yeah.
And that's maybe why Luke Cage works in that. He's more authentic. Where in
No Sweet Christmases?
leading the Avengers team, not authentic.
What's his power level like in that book? Is he
not shown?
Is he not lifting up planets anymore?
Nope. 0 planet lifting, 0 Superman level smashing.
I wonder how strong he's going to be in Mighty Avengers.
He will be 10 times stronger than he's ever been before. Because he just keeps getting stronger by the day. That steel hard skin, his only power, by the way, just gets stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
It must be like titanium
I'm fine
skin.
with him having super strength, but not like Juggernaut levels. Not like...
It's getting like Hulk level.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
One of these days, he's going to take a punch from one of the Hulks and just like shake it off.
I know. Exactly. And it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's no...
This
rhyme or reason or explanation
this is not pre-crisis
for it.
Superman. He is not shifting planets.
Yep. He's not spinning the planet back in time to go and fix wrongs or stuff like this. But yeah, so Luke Cage and Jessica Jones are fantastic in this book. Now, for people who read Avengers, specifically New Avengers, and they joined the team, if you recall, you're basically like, who the hell is Jessica Jones? Why is she in this book? Why is the Vision not in this book? Why is Scarlet Witch, whoever. They could have put any characters in those books. He chose Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. Marvel obviously could not really reference the Alias book because it's a mature reader's book.
Yeah, and
you can't have the little kids going and picking that book up, right?
And technically doesn't take place in the same...
Exactly. But it kind of actually does. Because Bendis does go back and reference certain points without specifically
I've heard them mention
Alias.
I remember having Alias Investigations references in
that
Avengers,
is referenced.
But yeah.
But,
so it's not like a completely different set of characters like the Punisher.
Nope.
Max is.
It does actually flow right into the book.
Okay.
It all makes better sense if you read Alias, but the fact is they couldn't mention it because it's a mature reader's book, right?
I do kind of like the fact that kind of builds their relationship as well in Alias and kind of like, okay, this is why they're how they are in the Avengers.
So reading Alias now, after all those years of Avengers and Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and whatnot, it makes more sense to me now and actually feels better. Like, I don't hate her as much as I did, or even dislike her now. I actually really like her character.
I like Jessica Jones in the Avengers.
I hated her in Avengers, because it just felt like he was shoehorning her in. I had no previous knowledge of this character, right?
That I knew about her a little bit, like from Alias. I didn't read the book, but I felt like he was shoehorning in Luke Cage. So
that too.
I had more interest in Jessica Jones as a character than Luke Cage. I'm like, stop doing this. Stop.
So, the book holds up fantastically too. So many years afterwards, it's like it was written today because there's no specific events mentioned. It could take place at any time.
Nice.
So that's the good thing about the book.
I like those type of stories.
Yeah, exactly. You can read it and it holds up fantastic. So I definitely recommend it. It's just a great, great book. And it would have been preferable to read it before New Avengers, but reading it after, everything makes more sense.
Cool.
Looking back on it. So if you can find it, it's out of print. You can get the single issues 1 to 28. You can find the 4 trade paperbacks. Probably they're out of print too. You can find the omnibus, which is out of print. Or hopefully they're available digitally. I'm not sure if they are or not. So check out Alias. Well worth your money if you can find it. Hopefully they reprint it soon, because it should be a book they always keep in print. That's how good it actually is.
Nice.
It's surprisingly good. And I give that, well, on my blog, I reviewed it more in depth. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 Geoffs. So,
excellent. That might be the highest Geoff rating we've ever seen.
I've given 5 out of 5s.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
On the blog. Lots of stuff there, so.
Nice.
But anyways, yeah.
Fantastic. Got a little bit of toy news for everyone now. It's a little bit smaller than last week, so.
Last week's was.
That was a lot of good stuff.
Extended.
That was a lot of good stuff. Speaking back to some of the subscription stuff we were talking about last week, the Master of the Universe Maddie Toy Collector
I saw
hit their subscription. The other two did not. So they're looking at how to release some DC figures. The 1/6 scale, Ecto 1 is probably dead on arrival.
I saw a picture of that. It looks awesome.
It does look cool. Licensed sounds and a new Venkman fits inside. But yeah, that's probably never going to see the light of day. The Infinite Earths Club is done, but the Master of the Universe one keeps rolling on. So
that's
a little bit of a downer there.
That's alright.
So we probably won't see our in-scale Doomsday.
There is currently no He-Man cartoon on, is there?
There is not.
See, I think it would do better if there was an actual tie-in.
I think it would do better if... I mean, I love the Four Horsemen. I like Mattel. Their character selection has been really, really weak. You have to blind buy subscriptions, and you don't know what all the figures are, and they've just been, like, crap figures. From like, the Filmation series, just random characters that I was like, no, I didn't pay, like, $300 for this. No. So, character selection, I think, was the hardest thing for them to work with. But in some better news, Marvel Mini-Mates Series 54 was just announced. It looks like it's going to be a cap wave of figures.
Okay.
So
for the new movie.
It probably comes out early next year, so it might hit a little bit before the movie.
Yeah.
They haven't really announced there's going to be a movie wave, but this one is comic book based. We're getting another version of a Fighting Chance Cap, where he kind of lost his powers and he has that really weird puffy spring-loaded vest thing. It's weird. They've done a version of that before, but this is like the full Fighting Chance style.
Yeah.
But that figure comes with Arnim Zola Red Skull mix from Brubaker's run, where the Skull put his mind in a Zola robot.
That's
that
cool.
One's good. There's Winter Soldier Falcon 2-pack, and Falcon comes with Red Wing.
Awesome.
First Falcon figure in 54 Mini-Mate ways. We're getting a Falcon figure. First one.
With a Red Wing.
And first Winter Soldier Mini-Mate as well.
That's sweet.
There's the third pack is a Hydra Elite, so the caped guy, the big Hydra Elite type. And that's the variant pack as well. So the Hydra Elite either comes with Baron von Strucker with the claw, with the red, which I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the red claw thing. Or Madam Viper is the variant. And the great thing about the Mini-Mates lately is they've been really packing them in with accessories to change up the character. So the Winter Soldier might come with a different hairpiece to make it...
Detachable arms?
They all detach. So you can bust his arm off. So it might have different pieces to make them kind of different era Winter Soldier. So when it was bad guy Russian Winter Soldier or good guy Bucky Barnes Winter Soldier. So it's a good looking little set.
Cool.
So I'm still waiting for the Marvel Now Mini-Mates to come out. Hopefully they start dropping any day now, and Toys R Us series hopefully pop up as well, so I can get them and review them. Fingers crossed.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like Mini-Mates.
Mini-Mates are one of my favorite lines of action figures ever. I've been collecting them since the get-go. I've probably got like 100 and something in my house. It's
That's
at least
awesome.
Just crazy. I have most of the DC ones as well, which I wish they'd do again.
Didn't they stop making DC ones a while back?
They really did, and it was disappointing because they were great.
Yeah.
I would love to see them try and get the license back, but I'm not sure how big DC is in outsourcing their figures now.
Yeah.
They never really were big on that. Art Asylum did pick it up, but hopefully, fingers crossed, every time there's an Ask Art Asylum thing, it's, so, DC Mini-Mates, you guys doing these?
I know, eh?
Can you make, please? And they're like,
let's make your own customs.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. We got some good video game news this week as well. A couple of big products shipped, but the biggest probably video game news for an actual on-the-market product this week is the new Disney Infinity.
Yep.
Finally hit the stands. How much did you say Disney dropped into this?
Like $2 billion.
Yeah. This thing is going to last a while. I'm kind of surprised there's no next-gen versions announced or anything.
Well, I mean, it sure will be. That's why they dropped so much money. They want it to keep
this
going.
This is long-term.
Long-term future game.
I mean, I have no real interest in playing it myself. But I looked into it, and it's kind of a cool little setup. Like, you buy the starter pack, you get Jack Sparrow, a Mr. Incredible, and a Sully figure from Monsters University.
Yep.
Get this little tiny gamepad and like a couple of discs or something for missions. And you put little figures on the gamepad, and they give you missions with the disc, and you can play like a story mode version, which characters can't cross over, which is a little disappointing.
They can
in the toy chest mode.
Yeah.
But so you can't have like Jack Sparrow helping out Sully or Mike from his movie. They can't cross over in the story mode. Toy mode, you can. It's free for all.
And it's the toy mode where you design your own games too, as well.
You can build things, and
like you make a soccer game, or
exactly,
a flying game, or anything.
And
really.
like they have these little power discs as well that come in the blind 2-packs, where they have like a little accessories or features. They upgrade your characters, give them like power bonuses and everything. Yeah. So those are kind of cool.
Well, and it's cool too. Every figure expands your world as well. You get another part of the Disney world.
One of the little crystal discs thing comes with it, and you put that in, load in the characters and everything. They've got like a sidekicks pack where you get Mike from Monsters University or Monsters Inc., Mrs. Incredible, which is awesome, and Barbossa from Pirates of the Caribbean. They've got a bad guys pack where you get Davy Jones, Randy from Monsters Inc., and Syndrome from The Incredibles. They've got little single packs of like Davy Jones, Dash, and Violet, so you can round out your Incredibles.
Yeah.
They've got just another couple of 2-pack expansions from Cars and Lone Ranger. They've just announced some of the characters from Wave 2. They're rounding out and getting some more Pixar stuff with Woody, Jesse, and Buzz. So awesome. There's Jack Skellington. There's characters from Wreck-It Ralph, which fantastic. There's even special collectors ones, like the Disney stores, I think, are giving away Mickey Mouse ones, like Sorcerer Mickey.
Well, see, their plan is to basically put every character out there. This is because they want this to go for years. Yeah. So you'll get tons of characters.
And when they start getting their other licensed characters in, I think it'll just explode.
Supposedly, they're even going to try and work in the Marvel universe.
Oh, I could easily see that. Marvel,
which would
Star
be really
Wars,
cool.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
And as far as, like I said, I have no interest in dropping money on it to buy it as a game, but checking out the figures, the ones that are out and the ones that are coming out, they're neat little display figures. Like, I think they're about $15 for a 2-pack. I wouldn't mind picking them up as little display figures. I mean, there's no articulation, they're just little sculpted, but the art style that they've chosen to do them in, it's kind of this cool, cartoony, cel shady, 3-dimensional sculpted look, and they look great. The Davy Jones figure from Pirates looks incredible. It looks so good. I like to have the whole set of the Incredibles on my shelf. I just think that'd be really cool. So I might check them out. I mean,
the thing is, the game's also made to evolve. Yeah. So you might think the game is going to be like 10 times more awesome next year, right? As it evolves.
And I mean, right now, I'm kind of not buying too many new games for my current consoles because I know I'm upgrading in a few months. So, I mean, when I get my Xbox One and my PS4, odds are my 360 and my PS3 are going to be put away.
Yeah.
So they might go somewhere else in the house, but I'm not going to be actively playing them as much, so I'm not going to invest in this, which this is an investment for parents looking to pick this up.
Oh,
it's not a one-time purchase. You're going to be buying this for your kids for a while.
Yeah. So
get ready for that.
But the thing is, they'll only ever have to drop money on the new figure set.
True.
They won't have to buy the whole thing over again.
True, yes.
So if it's $15-$20, that's better than paying $60, $80, $90 on a new game. Yeah. Right.
I'm hoping maybe when they do an upgrade for the next-gen consoles, they take that into account and have those figures work with the new-gen systems, as opposed to rebuy everything because of reasons. So speaking of next-gen as well, we've got some Battlefield 4 news. There's going to be a beta in October. If you're a Battlefield 3 Premium member, you get a little bit of earlier access. So me and my friends will probably be playing that soon, coming out shortly. They've also done some information about Battlefield 4 Premium. $50 kind of season pass again on top of the purchase of the game. You get all the expansion packs. Second Assault, which is old maps from BF3. China Rising, which is fighting across mainland China. There's a naval combat map pack that's coming out where you have like all naval battles. Dragon's Teeth is an urban warfare fighting
that sounds alright.
level, yeah. And then Final Stand they haven't released anything about, but it's it's the last expansion for Battlefield 4, and there's also if you get the premium account, you get 2 weeks early access. You get personalization options for your character and your guns.
That's alright.
You get priority server queues and new weekly content, which is kind of neat.
New weekly content is good.
Yeah. Battlefield 4 comes out the 29th of October on the current gens, and then it'll be dropping probably at or very closely after the launch of the new consoles.
Sounds
and
alright.
For a change, it seems like they're doing something that's nice for customers, especially when it comes to these games. You can transfer your premium account from BF4 from the 360 to the Xbox One or the PS3 to the PS4, depending upon which version you have. And you can also upgrade games as well. They haven't specifically announced this for BF4 yet, but if Call of Duty's doing it, odds are Battlefield will do it.
Sounds cool.
You can, if you buy the current gen version of the game, you can upgrade to the next gen version for a minimal fee. It's about $10 for Call of Duty Ghosts right now. So if you want to start playing this in October when it comes out, pardon me, on the systems you already have, buy the premium account, buy the game, start playing. When you get your next gen console, drop $10, upgrade to the next gen, and all your stats, your play, your premium account, all that transfers right over.
That's good.
So that's kind of a good thing. Again, I'm hoping the game upgrade works for Battlefield 4, because that's the one me and my friends are going to be playing. It's going to be working for Call of Duty, so they'll do it as well. I mean, you're paying $70 for the game, but you get it earlier.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's $10 more. I mean, if you're dropping $60 for the game, $50 for the access, the premium.
But you get a jump on everyone else too.
Yeah, and you get all the stuff going through. I mean, the first expansion is available for Xbox One first when it comes out. That's Second Assault. The China Rising is in December. The next one is in the spring. Next one in the summer, and then the last one is in summer as well.
Wow.
So you're getting all your expansions paid for up front. This is the type of upfront payment I'm okay with, because I know I'm going to be
playing them.
Yeah, and I know it's going to be something I'm going to be putting my time in. It's not like, say, a season pass for a game. I was like, do I want these characters for this fighting game? Do I want this level for a combat? I don't know, but it's an online shooter. You know it's best to have everything going in.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of okay paying up front.
Cool.
So that was all the news coming out of Gamescom, and we also had some confirmation about release dates for the PS4. It is November 15th for the PS4, and
they'll be sold out on the same day.
13th, probably. Pre-orders, everything already sold out. I think they're not taking pre-orders on some places anymore. No solid date for Xbox One yet. I think they were waiting for Sony to pull the trigger. I was kind of hoping Sony might get the PS4 out in October, but the 15th of November isn't a bad release date either.
It's before Christmas. That's all that matters.
Yeah. So. And a game true to my heart, Killer Instinct, the old version. Anyway, true to my heart. Not sure about the new one yet. They finally released some pricing details. You can download the game for free, and you get Jago for free. Yeah. But the rest of the characters are $5 a pop.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible. No one's going to buy them, but they'll just pay $20 for the whole kit and caboodle. You get 8 characters, 6 at launch, 2 coming later. I don't know why. So you unlock everyone, get that out of the way, and just play. But there's also a $40 SKU for the game where you get all the characters, alternate skins, and costumes. Now, I think I had an interview with Ken Lobb saying that the alternates for the characters aren't just different colors, they're complete different costumes. So it's inspired by Jago's original costume. Yeah. So it'd be kind of a different character model. And you also get a copy of the original Killer Instinct emulated.
Oh, that's alright.
So I'm like, okay, if I'm paying $20 for the game,
you get 2 games.
Yeah, I drop another $20 for an original KI and the alternate costume. So it's kind of got me looking forward to getting my Xbox One now as well, because I'm like, I'm gonna play Battlefield, but what else is in there for solo play? And I love Killer Instinct. I've heard mixed reviews about it, but I'm hoping it's going to be a solid game. And now I get the original and all the costumes, $40. Doesn't seem a bad deal. So that'll probably be my first digital download on my Xbox One. Will be Killer Instinct.
It's not bad. So if people, I just want to say though, if people are wondering why I don't really contribute too much to the gameplay stuff, because I don't play games. Because let's just say I have a slightly addictive personality. So if I play games, that's all I do.
Yeah. You
from
don't
dawn
stop
till
playing
dusk.
games.
Yes, I don't stop. So I literally had to stop myself. Oh, how long was it now? 13 years ago from playing games. Because
and
otherwise...
Geoff is the reason there are parental controls on games now.
That's correct. No. I do play that Plague Inc. I previously mentioned. Like, I'll play, like, tiny little crappy games, basically.
Little bite-sized chunks.
Bite-sized chunks, yeah. That's right. Nothing that will immerse me in a world.
No 100-hour RPGs for Geoff.
No 100-hour... Because they turn out to be, like, 1,000-hour RPGs. And I don't have time for that.
I'd love to see you just sit down with, like, Persona 4. Just, like, yeah.
So, yes, I don't contribute a lot because I cannot.
Yeah.
So, Gary's the master of games around here. Game master.
Game master.
That's right.
Not as good as the Bots Master.
No.
I love Bots Master. The theme song's the best. Zip Zoolanders, is he for short? Come on.
So we got a little bit of news, too, don't we, this week?
For people who were listening to Kevin Smith's podcast... Grant Morrison showed up on there, as he's inclined to do, and talk about himself. But he got around to his interpretation of the ending to The Killing Joke by Alan Moore.
It does make sense.
His theory, and this is his theory, and it's Grant Morrison thinking he solved some great mystery, because that's what Grant Morrison is like to do, think that he solved everything.
He is a master.
Yes. But his theory about the end of The Killing Joke is Batman kills the Joker. Now, as soon as I heard this podcast, I pulled out my copy and I'm flipping through and I'm rereading it, and it gets to the part that he's talking about. It's right at the end of the book where Joker tells that lame prison escape joke, and then he shares a laugh with Batman, which is a cool part in the book, and Batman's got his hand out on him and they start laughing together. The third panel... the last panel on the second last line on the page has them laughing. Then the last set of 3 panels, the laughing is instantly stopped, and there's like the light from the cop cars coming up and the lights go off. Grant Morrison's impression of that is laughing, Batman snaps his neck, Joker's body falls to the ground and blocks the light.
Spoilers! Man.
Shut up!
Spoilers.
Jerk.
Spoilers.
So that's his interpretation of it, and yeah, it's an open interpretation. He even admits that that's kind of the genius of Alan Moore. He wrote the last Batman Joker story, but maybe he didn't, because you can easily understand how it might not be that. Yeah. It's an interesting interpretation of it, and one of his big things saying how it is the ending is it's right there in the title, The Killing Joke. Very interesting.
Do you know what I wish? That it was the last Joker story ever. I think the Joker is the most overplayed villain in history.
No.
Yes, there's too much Joker. Too much.
He vanished for like a year in New 52.
Who cares? It's the New 52. Snap!
So yeah, listen, check out Kevin Smith's podcast with Grant Morrison, and if you have a copy of The Killing Joke, read it for yourself, and
it's a good story.
Yeah, toss a comment whether you agree or disagree. I personally, I haven't quite formulated my own opinion on whether I think it is or isn't. It's an interesting take on it.
It's a story from like 1988. If you haven't formed an opinion yet.
No, with this new information from Grant Morrison, like what his version of it. I never saw it as him killing him.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I can process this with how I have held that story to go. I
don't think it's that big a revelation.
Yeah.
It's a neat twist. It could be real. It could not. I'm sure someone will ask Alan Moore at some point.
Who will never answer the question because it's Alan Moore.
He might.
He won't.
He might.
In
song.
With
his band.
Yeah. We've another great writer, Garth Ennis, has announced he's going to have a new Punisher miniseries coming out. He's in the early stages of it. Could be dropping sometime early next year.
It'll be pretty sweet.
No idea if it's another Max series or 616.
Preferably.
I'd like it to be in the Max line.
That's where he's written his best stuff.
Yeah. We've Brian Michael Bendis has said that he's got a story worth telling when it comes to this Cataclysm story in the Ultimate Universe. I've been getting the Ultimate Universe since Ultimate Spider-Man #1. I've got all of that wonderful story that him and Bagley did together.
Yeah.
And I've pretty much gotten I'm probably about 90% of the Ultimate books I have at home.
Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed it. I wouldn't be utterly disappointed if its time had come, because the whole point of that was continuity free.
Yeah.
It's 13 years old now. We've got heavy continuity in it.
Yeah.
And Marvel's done a good job of making their 616 universe books kind of
better,
new reader friendly.
Yeah.
So if it goes out with a bang with Galactus just munching down on it, I'm fine. The books have kind of stopped being solicited with their current ongoing numbers, and they've gotten booted to a number one
just
with
the
heading
Hunger and Cataclysm,
Cataclysm, Spider-Man number one, Cataclysm, X-Men number one,
okay.
And no word yet whether they're going to be restarting or if that's it.
Hopefully that's it.
If it does end, I'm hoping Miles Morales makes his way over permanently to the 616 universe. I think that'd be really cool.
Spider-Boy.
Kind of negative connotations.
Spider-Man sidekick.
Yeah, I really see him getting along well with the Doc Ock Spidey.
I'd
like him. Awesome. That'd be cool. Miles Morales and the Doc Ock Spidey have a showdown, and then he defeats him and takes over as the one Spider-Man.
Yeah. Or he could just be called Spidey.
Yeah, could be Spidey.
Like Speedy.
That'd be cool. I'm fine with that.
Reno and Speedy.
I would like Miles
Spider-Man
Morales
and Spidey.
In the 616 universe. If we're going to have a survivor of the Cataclysm, I'm hoping it's Miles.
Just Miles, eh?
Just Miles. Yeah.
If they cancel it, will you trade in your entire collection in anger and protest?
No, I might hang on to it out of nostalgia for a while, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Let's see. Would you reread all of your Ultimate Universe books ever?
Probably not.
You don't think so?
No.
They're not memorable enough to reread.
They're enjoyable to have in my collection.
But nostalgia factor.
Yeah, because it was it was like a ground floor thing I was in on from the get-go.
Yeah.
I got all the number ones. I think my Ultimate Spider-Man number one is probably my most valuable dollar value comic. Because I think that's like $100 or so.
I can't remember.
Yeah, big money.
Well, that's alright. That's alright. Did you, on a kind of interesting note, you remember we did this little episode on Roger Turner, poet extraordinaire?
I remember. I enjoyed the stuff.
Well, now it seems like he is songsmith extraordinary.
Cool.
He is writing songs for a band now.
Awesome.
Said band is called Steel Horse, I believe. They have at least one song on their YouTube channel that I've noticed.
Okay, cool.
What's it called? Redneck Family Reunion.
Kind
of funny title.
Yeah.
Okay, so Roger's a poet. Didn't know if that transition would work, right? It's a
different skill sets.
Different skill set. So it's not bad, actually. It's not bad. I would probably give them another shot if they threw up a few more songs.
Cool.
But they're a country band from, I think, like North Carolina or somewhere. Anyways, we'll throw the link up or link to it or something somehow in our finished product. But give it a shot. If you enjoyed the Roger episode, check out the song. It's a little humorous, actually.
Nice.
So
you got some more upcoming stuff as well. They still
I guess they're working on something like 30 songs or some
nice.
Crazy amount. So I don't know. Maybe good things will happen. Maybe
I'm just hoping they they find some success. That'll be good.
We'll see. Yeah.
Excellent.
We
got some news from around the webs as well this week. Did you see J.J. Abrams whipping out his mystery box all over the internet again?
I did not actually see that.
It's this new J.J. Abrams is his whole mystery box mentality just bugs the hell out of me.
So is it like a literal box?
No, it's a concept that he uses to promote whatever project he's going on with. So it's a little trailer, a little teaser or something that may or may not have anything to do with what's going on. Doesn't tell you anything about it. It was the same type of technique they use with Khan, like kind of misinformation. No, it's not Khan, blatantly lying to his audience, and it just kind of pisses me off.
I see.
This new one, it kind of has a Crow-esque vibe to it. Black and white little trailer, a little voiceover about this guy who's lost and floating in, like, washes ashore, and then there's a guy with a stitched up mouth at the end. You know, it's kind of a moody trailer. Tells you nothing about what's happening. It's called Stranger or The Stranger. Tells you nothing about what the project is. Gives you no in-depth look at it, and there's wild speculations here and there, but from what it looks like, it has a feel to being in black and white, and what JJ's got going on that he could possibly release something like this for. It looks like it's for the Rod Serling script that Bad Robot picked up earlier in the year. For Rod Serling's last thing that he wrote, or maybe one of the last things he wrote before he died, Stops or Stop Along. It's either Stops Along the Way or Stop Along the Way. There's been confusion over the actual title. Rod Serling's interview he did a little while before he died.
Or it could be like, if you talk about Star Wars before it comes out, I'm going to sew your mouth shut and throw you in the ocean and wash ashore somewhere.
But Rod Serling gave an interview just before he died, and it was Stop Along the Way, and they announced that JJ's Bad Robot Company picked up Stops Along the Way from Rod Serling. Presumably it's the exact same thing, but
probably
it's apparently he spoke rather well of it in the interview just that he did about it. It was a lovely piece of work that he wrote, so if Rod Serling thinks it's good, all right.
Yeah.
But, JJ doing it, we're never going to find out until a few months from now. And it's just going to be, teasing us. Just tell us what you're doing.
I know. I'm not a fan of that either.
I hate it.
You know what else I'm not a fan of? Lady Gaga. Did you hear about Lady Gaga this week?
Outside of the video you showed me?
Outside of that.
Okay.
That video was crap.
Gotta say, I'm a pretty good big fan of that video.
I guess she's getting accused now of inflating her YouTube views.
J'accuse!
I know.
What?
By, for instance, she's running, little contests. Watch my video or link to my video or whatever, and you could win a stage appearance with me at, whatever concert, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. How's that any different than anybody else?
I know. I say it's fair. I mean, it is a contest.
Yeah.
You are actually
if no one
getting
wins
a
it,
prize. Yeah, if no one actually wins it, then I can
call
see
BS,
that, right?
Yeah.
But I guess she's been doing other things, too, to inflate this, what is it called? Applause, her new video.
Yeah.
And, I think also because everyone's pretty much over Lady Gaga. I think that's why.
That's why shock doesn't last.
Exactly.
Talent lasts.
Everyone's tired of the costumes and the whatever.
The naked crystal hugging.
If you want to get up, if you want to dress up, fine, whatever. But meat dresses and cigarette hats and stupid crap like going on stage in a giant egg, stupid stuff like that. How many times you got to see it? Who cares? Basically, now everyone's just
one up yourself.
Oh, what's she gonna do this time?
Yeah.
Who really cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
You can only go so far.
Exactly.
You can't one up forever.
So I think that's possibly why she's doing these things, because people are tired of her.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Like I said before, she is a talented musician.
Yeah.
I would like to see her refocus on that side. Find some videos of her playing the piano. She's great.
Actually, also, supposedly she plagiarized Madonna's song again for this one. Did you hear that?
Oh, God.
I guess there's a mashup going around on YouTube and everywhere else, too, of Madonna's song and her new song, Applause. It's the same song.
Oh, good. Again, so Madonna's going to come out and defend it and say,
No,
I like it.
She didn't defend the last one, actually.
She didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, she didn't do anything about it. And the same with this one. She's just she said something along the lines I'm really glad that she enjoys my music so much, or whatever, right?
God.
Sarcastic and all this, but she hasn't done anything about it. So, anyways, that's
refocus on your actual talent.
Yeah, sorry, Lady Gaga, you're done.
So, on a closing note, I would just like to congratulate.
Closing? I got more.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna say something else.
Oh,
all right. Well then. I also have something else. The biggest news of the week!
Oh, God.
The biggest...
Bigger than that?
Biggest news. Better than your closing note.
You don't even... I was going to cut that out. No, I can't. Now it's in.
Yeah, it's in.
It's in. All right, Geoff.
Doesn't matter. Hey, we're off the cuff on this show, man. Nothing is planned or staged at all.
Nope. Nothing's planned here.
But
biggest news of the week, go.
Biggest news of the week, bigger than Michael Jackson, bigger than everything. This Sunday at the MTV Music Awards.
They still do those?
Actually, sorry, MTV Video Awards, because they're not music awards, they're video awards. The reformation and reunion. No, they've already done that.
Oh yeah,
so
Super
it's not
Bowl.
big news. That's right. Nsync. Woo! Nsync back again. 10 years since they've been together.
Bye.
Exactly. Dirty pop, pop, pop. I don't even know.
Oh,
I hated that song. Like, I really hated that song.
like acid reflux. It just burns my insides.
Now, it's just more than likely a one-off appearance, because it's like the 10-year thing since they were together. And they're probably going to do some sort of medley, I'm guessing. Like that song with Nelly, which I don't remember how it goes.
Nobody cares.
Or their other songs,
Yeah.
which I don't recall.
So Justin Timberlake's just gonna throw the other members of the band a bone.
I
and
know.
Just show up.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's Justin Timberlake and Nsync.
Yeah.
That's not Nsync anymore. It's Justin Timberlake
with
and
Nsync.
Yeah.
It's not even and, it's with.
Yeah.
Because he's not even part of it. It's with.
Well, the other guys haven't been doing anything really anyways. Like,
Joey's probably gotten fatter.
yeah, like, what is... I don't know. Was he the one that was hosting? Yeah, he was the one that was hosting all the shows and stuff over the years, like game shows and stuff like that. And
they're just,
I don't even know what the other guys were doing. The one guy was going into space at some point. I don't even know if that happened.
Yeah.
Like, but it's the biggest news, Gary. It's exciting. It's fresh. It's great. It's the best band reunion people have been looking for.
You'll be glued to the TV screen watching that on the weekend.
Exactly, past 30 years. I am definitely going to be watching that, man. Come on.
Bah.
Nsync.
Bah.
On a Nsync-related note as well, at the MTV Video Music Awards, Justin Timberlake has the most nominations, but also tied with Macklemore.
Who?
Macklemore? Do you not know who Macklemore is?
No.
What's wrong with you? Yes, you should. One of the highest selling rated best new singer bands
that word.
of all time.
New? Are they
That's
a band or a single guy?
He is a single guy with sometimes collaborator named Ryan Lewis.
Who?
Ryan Lewis. Another sort of new guy.
You
haven't heard their 3 songs?
Oh, 3 songs!
They've had 3 major songs for like the last year.
No. No.
Oh well. Anyways. So yes. Big Nsync reunion. Watch it. Love it.
Knew that was coming.
Memorize it.
Reenact it for your friends.
That's right. Dance along to it if you remember any of the moves.
Which you do, Geoff.
Dirty pop. Dirty pop. No,
Will you allow a Pendulum-endorsed camera into your home to record your viewing of it and see your squeeze running wild as the Nsync yes? And as you get up and just bye all over your living room?
No.
No.
I'm afraid not. I will tell you all about my joy on next week's episode.
Okay. So if you want to hear about Geoff's joy, tune in next week.
That's right. So what were you going to mention?
As a closing note, as I was saying, I would like to congratulate and give a big pendulum thumbs up to Patton Oswalt for winning Twitter. He basically trolled the entire conservative base of the United States through a series of tweets that had, I guess, Democratic-leaning views on the beginning part, and then horrible conservative reactions on the second part. But when read together, they made up a good statement. It was like, the first one was one of them was like, when I do my laundry, I always use biodegradable or green laundry detergent, and I still believe that. Next tweet, whites and darks should be separated. They were all like that. There was a complete run of them, and it was so amazing. I'll find a link to a collected group and throw up a link.
Yeah.
Joss Whedon gave him props. Jimmy Kimmel basically said that every other comedian can just get off Twitter now because thanks for closing it down and shutting it out with a great finale. It was hilarious. I'm not the biggest Patton Oswalt fan in the world. I find him funny.
He's hilarious.
But it was fantastic.
King of Queens!
Oh, God. I forgot he was on that piece of...
One of the greatest sitcoms of all time. It was awesome.
Trash.
What was his name? Kevin?
James.
Yeah. I wanted to say O'Neill.
Not Chris Farley. That's who it had. It starred not Chris Farley.
Who cares about Chris Farley anymore?
Everyone
Come
does.
on. He had 2 semi-alright movies and, 5 semi-alright skits on SNL. Come on.
No, you're a fool.
No, I am
Chris
not.
Farley is amazing. That's why Kevin James is in all those movies with Adam Sandler, because Chris Farley can't be.
Because of his talent,
Nope.
perhaps?
Because he's a fat goof that can run around and yell.
He's lost a lot of weight, Gary.
Okay, yeah, he was. That fighting movie he was in,
Yeah.
that was huge.
Yeah, he lost a lot of weight.
But he's the fat guy out of Adam Sandler's friends that replaced Chris Farley.
Oh my god.
He is! That's why everyone else in that group is old Saturday Night Live alums, except Kevin James, because they needed
I'd like to say his talent shone through and was recognized by the world.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
I like to picture it that way.
Nope.
So that's
So,
probably how
again, Patton Oswalt wins Twitter. Amazing work, Mr. Oswald. I am now more of a fan of yours than I was before.
All right, you got to link that up.
Yeah,
Everyone should read this.
Everyone check him out. I'll find the link to all the collected works of his tweets and
collected works.
Yeah, that'd be a great book. The collected tweets of.
Yeah,
you should do that.
So that's cool. We had a lot of pretty cool stuff this week.
Good week.
Some good on the spot reviews and new books, which is good.
New books. I got a new figure. So
new games.
New
toy, new everything.
Good week.
So you can read us on our respective blogs. Gary's is at
The Shelf Life of Ragnarok.
And mine's at mindmeldshome.tumblr.com. And Gary's Twitter.
The Ragnarok.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
You can find us on Facebook at the Pendulum Podcast on Facebook. And you can, if you could, pretty please, subscribe to our channel. And watch all our videos, because they're pretty damn good.
Yeah.
We talk about lots of good stuff.
They're all gold, Jerry. Gold.
Gold, Jerry. Yeah, that's for sure.
Now I want a glass of Ovaltine.
Why not round teen?
Why don't they call it round teen?
This is the second time we've mentioned this.
I know, it's so good.
It is good.
Oh, Banya. Love Kenny Banya. And on that Kenny Banya note, we will bid you all a fond farewell until next time.
That's right.
Keep fit and have fun.